Hey guys, welcome to a new movie. Today we're doing Kraven the Hunter, the new Sony Mall film, and everybody is already watching this movie being like, okay, Sony doing another Mall movie, is it gonna be bad? And yes, I think this movie is not great. It's not the best. The Sony stuff definitely on the low end. But if anybody says this is bad, the Madam Web, you have a problem, because I think that movie just trash. Where this one's actually watchable at least. At the very least, this movie's watchable. Well, Madam Web is like, I watched it once and I'm like, cool, never need to see that movie again. So let's jump into it. This movie is the general thoughts, like I said. I don't think I actually didn't hate it, but I know it's not great, so we'll put it probably on the low end. The end when we rate it, probably on the lower scale. But I'm not gonna be like super, like I'm not gonna be like harsh. I would probably give somewhere in the middle because I do out of 10, probably somewhere in the middle. But we'll get that when it gets that. But I don't think, like, do I think you should go see it? It's up to you at this point, because I think some people are gonna watch this, and most people are gonna watch this probably not like it, just because if a movie gets a lot of backlash, probably means most people are not gonna like it. You might go, if you want to, if you're interested at all, go and see it, why not? It's up to you in the end of the day, because I could say, most people might not like it, but you could be the one person who does like it. So it's like, it's everybody's different when it comes to movies, so just because everybody doesn't like a movie doesn't mean you might not like it. But let's get into it. Spoiler warnings ahead, if you care about spoiling this movie, who knows, but let's jump into it. This movie is about Kraven the Hunter, obviously, from the Spider-Man villain who tries to hunt him. Spider-Man's not in this movie, so keep that in mind. I think the Daily, what's it called, the Daily Bugle, at the paper, you see people reading the Daily Bugle or something, but that's probably the extent of other Spider-Man stuff you're getting in this movie. But it's about Kraven that shows him when he was a kid with his father, who's played by Russell Crowe, who I don't think was bad, because I think the acting was okay in this for the most part. Most of the acting was okay. Really decent. Russell Crowe's decent, but it's like him, and I like the actor that got to play Kraven. I think he's not a bad actor, and there's some good scenes. I actually like this. Also, it starts off, before we get into the past, because it starts off with him in Russia going after this guy, because he goes around and kills bad people. So he's like a vigilante, he goes around and kills bad people, and that's just of the movie, and I'm like, cool. So he goes to Russia, sneaks on, he's able, because he has all these powers and stuff. Well, saying somewhat powers, animal-like powers and stuff, but we find out how he got them later. But we find out when he was a kid, his dad took him on a safari trip with his brother, who he does really care about his brother, and then he gets attacked by a thing, and he gets saved, and this girl gives him stuff, and then he meets this girl later on, gives him this stuff that was for grandmothers, that gave him like special thing, and revive somebody when they're almost dead, and he uses it on her, and that's how he gets to connect to the animals and everything. He's kind of like these powers, and it's fun, because he is the guy who wants to go around, and he wants to kill bad people. Like, he didn't want to just hurt anybody. Like, if somebody, he wants to hurt bad guys, so he goes hunts bad guys, drug dealers, all the, mob guys, bad guys. So he is definitely like a vigilante, like a Punisher type character. But I don't mind still hunting stuff, but a little different. He's different than the comic, but it's cool. He does get the iconic outfit, kind of more of the iconic outfit at the end, which I thought was okay. But he gets to, something happens throughout the movie. He goes to see his brother. His brother gets kidnapped. He has to go and save him. His dad's not doing anything, but at the end he does go after his dad a little bit in a way where I'm like, okay, kind of figured that. But his brother eventually gets recognized a couple times as the chameleon, because he can mimic people's voices. I'm like, are you really gonna call him the chameleon? And is he gonna actually be? But then at the end it's like, oh shit, he's actually the chameleon. So I'm like, interesting. That's something you probably changed, because I can tell you one thing from the comics: the chameleon and the Kraven the Hunter are not related in any shape or form. So that's different. It was like, whatever. That's the thing. I'm like, that's not that big a deal to me at the end of the day. Like, okay, this is his own version, a different version, that's the same, so stuff can be different. And yeah, we agree with that. But also the villain they fought, who took his brother, has this stuff and becomes like the Rhino. He has to fight him and stuff. Not bad. I don't think the movie's like the worst movie ever. Definitely not the worst movie. I think there's ones I think are worse. Madam Web is a great example, and I believe there's other ones that you can't think of off the top of my head. But it is a movie that then at the end of the day, like you said, he saves his brother. There's also this attorney, a person who was the person who gave him the serum when he was a little kid. He was a little kid too, and he gets there to help him find the bad guys and do all this stuff. And yeah, it was fine. I still think the movie's fine. It doesn't set up anything. I don't think there's anything at the end. I looked it up. I don't see any credits, any after credit scenes for this one. Not that I remember. But he gets the costume at the end. He's like, his dad leaves it to him. So it's like, okay, he does kill his dad at the end. He gets a bunch of wolf to stick on him, so he doesn't technically kill him. But yeah, it's interesting. His dad was a bad guy, so I'm like, I'm not gonna really complain. His dad felt like a complete jerk, asshole. So yeah, him killing him, I'm like, yeah, noted. And the brother kind of goes off. It's like, hey, he takes over the club, whatever, and kind of takes over what his dad does, and then he tries to. It's like, I gotta stop. If you go on this path, at some point I'm gonna have to stop you, because you're doing the stuff that our dad did, and I gotta stop you. I like that how it's like, even though you're my brother, I care about you so much, if you do go down this bad road, I'm gonna have to stop you. It's just gonna have to be what's happened. That's fun, and are we gonna get to with it? No. But it was a fun little, I think it was a fun little movie. I don't think it's, like I said, I don't think it's great, but it's not the worst thing ever. I watched it, and I'm like, I was at least entertained throughout this, and it wasn't like Madam Web where I was like wanting to be like, yo, this is boring, this is kind of boring, and I'm like, afterwards, I'm not like, I've never watched it. I'm like, I'd watch it again. With that movie, I'm like, I never want to watch again. So yeah, so let's get into what am I rating for this movie. It's gonna be lower. Definitely low. So we got 6. I think we'll give it a 6. I was debating on 5, but I generally just kind of enjoyed it. It's definitely put it 6. I won't want to do 5, but I'm like, it's debating on 5 or 6 for me, and I said, put do 6. I like it just, I think, a little bit more than other people, but I still recognize it's not the best superhero movie or not great, but there's just enough good for it that for me, I'm giving it a 6. So out of 10. What is still higher than probably a lot of people, but hey, that's my rating. I can do whatever the fuck I want. It's my rating. But what do you guys think of Kraven Hunter? Probably you guys didn't like it, or maybe you did. But let me know in the comments down below. Let's talk about it, about this movie, and what's your thoughts on it. It's an interesting movie. So you guys can always stay epic, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.